What kind of a monster asked someone to make such a decision? The back of his throat closed up again. He didn't want to be responsible for anyone dying. He blew out several short breaths in an effort to calm himself. 2 minutes to go. Surely it was a hoax. It had to be some sort of an outrageous bluff. How could he take this seriously? More sweat dampened him as the acrid scent of his fear wafted in the air. His fingers trembled with indecision. 1 minute. Oh God, what should he do? Was this real? Would something bad really happen? 30 seconds. His phone dinged with a text message. Quickly, he grabbed it up and stared at the text. Tick-tock. A sharp pain shot through his chest. This couldn't be real. It couldn't be. Could it? The grandfather clock ticked off the seconds. 5. 4. His fingers hovered over his keyboard. 3. 2. Oh, God! He hesitated. It was too late to type something now. 1. As the clock began to chime, a ding indicated another text message. With dread, he looked at it. Boom. Chapter 1. Nick Delano pulled the car over to the curb. Jesus, Jennifer Golden murmured from the back seat. Her partner, Ty Jackson, echoed the sentiment. Let's go, Laura Grant said when the car came to a full stop. The FBI agents flew out of the car and into a nightmare scene. Smoke roiled from buildings, and people screamed as emergency vehicles blared their sirens and spun their glaring multicolored lights. The acrid odor of fire, the coppery tang of blood, and the unmistakable scent of death filled Laura's nose as a frenzy of activity surrounded the agents. Utility workers yelled to each other and hurried to shut off live electric wires and cap gas leaks. A broken water main spewed a geyser into the air. 20 minutes before, a bomb had ripped through the heart of an NYPD precinct in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. The area was in utter chaos, as uniformed officers fought to establish a perimeter. But how did you contain madness? Looks like what we had on 34th Street, Nick yelled to be heard above the din. Were the two related? The 34th Street bombing 3 weeks ago had killed 37 people and wounded dozens more. Let's see what we can find out, Laura yelled back. Jennifer and Ty took off, while Nick remained close to Laura's side. Her lungs tightened against the smell of diesel and smoke. She took 3 steps forward and spied a police officer's badge on the ground. She stared at the gold shield, drew in a deep breath, and retreated to the unemotional place inside her that had gotten her through so much in the past. Aware that she was potentially messing with an active crime scene, she bent down and picked up the badge and placed it in her pocket. There was no way she wanted it to stay on the ground where it could be stepped on or run over. She didn't even want to think about how it had wound up separated from its owner. And she definitely didn't want to think about the body parts that lay strewn across the area. Nearby, a police officer appeared to be arguing with a member of Homeland Security, while an FBI agent watched. The pissing match between the agencies had already begun. It might have been funny if the stakes weren't so damned high. Homeland Security would be investigating it as a potential terror attack, while NYPD and the FBI would be investigating it as a local crime. The more agencies involved, the more potential for a complete clusterfuck. If the 2 bombings were related, then somebody was using the city of New York as a personal game board, bringing death and destruction without warning. Her stomach clenched at the thought. So far, their investigation into the 34th Street bombing had stalled. Nobody had claimed responsibility, and so they had no idea what the motive might be or who was behind it.